Super.
Tejas,
Go
I
ahead.
have a good question for you regarding project experience. Okay, so I
Okay.
get this question a lot. Okay, a lot on TopMate. Okay, so the question is, how important is project work for freshers, and what type of projects would you recommend they pursue?
All right. So project experience does matter in both the cases, even if you are fresher or you are experienced person. I think in both cases it is equally important. But the way of representing your project experience in resume as a fresher and as an experienced person, both are very different. So let's talk about freshers first. So when we talk about freshers and they are trying to show the project experience, it is totally a skill based project experience which we are talking about. So when we have, let's say I have a skill set mentioned as a SQL, I have a skill set mentioned as Power BI, Excel, or Python. I think for that particular skill I should have the project created. All right, in my resume I should mention that also, that hey, I have created this kind of project. Now it can be happening in some of the cases that you are merging two tech skills. Let's say you are having SQL and Power BI both together in your project. Let's say you have Excel sheet and your Power BI both together in your project, right? So such kind of a multi-skill projects also you can create as a fresher. You can highlight those, that hey, I have created so and so project, and what analysis I have done helping with this, how I am helping with the numbers to the business, and how I could extract the numbers particularly to make the business sense out of it. So analysis doesn't mean that you have a drag and drop of the objects and you just have the pie chart and graphs and colors. That is not only the report or dashboard. When we deal with the clients, I think client are unlike to have that drag and drop. Apart from drag and drop, everything they are asking today. So I think there are a lot of calculations involved, more beneficial analysis they want from the data collectively. So focusing on I think small projects for freshers, including the skills, and showcase those projects in the resume is more important. Talking about the experienced people, they are not required to show their personal projects in the resume. That is the most important part, and I think this is a common mistake I am looking at currently in a lot of resumes when I conduct interviews. In higher level, when you go with 3 years, 5 years experience, or 2 to 3 years experience also, you are you are experienced person. So while looking at you, the perspective is particularly you have worked for so and so company with multiple project or one of the project, right? And whatever you work there in the company, that is something which really we want to know as an interviewer. Correct. So we are not interested what you have done in your personal life, in your personal projects. That is fair for the freshers, because freshers do not have anything to showcase apart from their academic work, academic score, their college scores or college projects. So they are required to have the skill based projects to show, personal projects. But when it goes to experienced person, it is totally you are getting that much salary or expectations from you for that high salary because you are experienced. So your experience in what? Your experience in personal project, then that is not a highlighting part. You should have the experience in the real time, real world of the real company, right? The real projects, and those your past projects in your company and organization, I think those you should highlight in a more broader way as an experienced person more than a fresher. So both have project experience, but fresher has personal projects, and experienced person has a company's or current company or the past company's project experience, which they should highlight. And more, I think important part, one of the thing I think I always see in the interview process is the latest company which you worked in. Okay, that company's details should be more than the past companies, is what I have seen. So if you are saying I have worked in so and so company in 2018, and I created 100 reports, Power BI reports in 2018, but in 2024 I think I just created 2 reports because I didn't get much work here and all that. I think that is not something you should tell to the interviewer, because you are losing your opportunity. You are trying to create a perception, a wrong perception in my mind, that you are not working actively on the reporting part, and before 6 years you are working, I think you can forget it very more easily, right? So I think latest work, latest companies projects, those you can highlight with the statistical numbers. And when I said statistical numbers, it is more crucial that you talk about the numbers exactly, that how much percentages optimized data I have seen, what exactly numbers help to my customer or the client, what exactly achievements you have received from the client in that particular project. I think that is what makes sense to the experienced person. As I said, both are different. Freshers have personal projects, but experienced people should not go with the personal projects. I think they should replicate or reflect their company's projects, the past company or the current company's projects altogether. So no worries about
Yes, Tejas, I think you have made your point very perfectly. So, yes, there are two things which is there for fresher and for the experienced professionals, right? So,
that.
whatever projects as a fresher you are doing, okay, don't put your YouTube projects in your resume, okay? Please, please. I have seen people adding their YouTube projects. Please don't mention those projects. Find unique projects from different websites, from, for example, Coursera or any other website. I don't want to mention or specify any website. Okay, find some unique projects. I will also tell you which projects you can mention. I will tell you in this session going forward. So mention those unique projects in your resume, and then practice how you will explain those projects to the interviewer. Okay, so because you have only your projects to explain. Okay, through those projects only the interviewer can pass the judgment whether you have a good knowledge about that particular skill or not, right? So
Right.
practice how you're going to say or how you're going to explain those projects in the interview. Also for professionals, yes, you need to add your projects, your organize the projects which you have done in your organization, right, and not your personal or any other projects. Okay, so in your roles and responsibilities section only, you try to mention the best project which you have done in your current organization or last organization. Okay, so that are a kind of a context or a glimpse you are giving to the interviewer, so that when you sit in the interviewer will ask, okay, what you have done in this project which you have mentioned in your resume, then you can briefly discuss or describe about your project, okay, to the interviewer.